Hello guys, welcome in today's crypto technical analysis. We'll start looking at the BTC and then we'll move on to the Ethereum price actions. I've got a small request before we recap from the previous video. If you guys are learning and enjoying from the contents, do not forget to like the video. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and activate the bell so you do not miss the accurate market updates. Recapping from the last video, on the 7th of June, the price action was around $36,000, $35,000 area. So if you remember, which I said, in the last 48 to 72 hours, price action stuck in the resistance number 1. Lower time frames started giving us a bearish signal. So as a result, we had the two scenarios. As we're, mid time frame, we're in consolidation. If we were able to break the upper line of this resistance one, I said we might go all the way up to the resistance 2. However, breaking actually the resistance number 1 lower line, we came all the way towards the 0.5 and the higher time frame Fibonacci level. If you're not following me, you can follow me via Twitter at CryptoMagnate8. So the instant update was in the 8th of June in the morning that I said resistance 1 broken and would it hit the lower line of this support number 1. And if we lose this level, so the next support that we have at around $30,000 and $31,000. So as you can see, that was support number 2 and that was exactly $30,000 and $31,000. So as you can see, we had $31,025 and the price action starts shooting towards the upside. So we had a $25 difference and we held this level perfectly. Since then, as I said, we are going towards the up. If someone took this trade, you've been already up by 18% profit. And I also mentioned in the last video 2 scenarios for the pattern trades, and that was a quite good education. And in the last videos, I'm keep mentioning this symmetric triangle for the BTC, and at the same time I was also mentioning this bear flag. If you're going to take from the top to the bottom, and this is supposed to give you a target price, and the target price is at around $23,000, $24,000. And I also mentioned that it is highly likely we're going to fail because you might get a fake out from the north side and fake out from the south side. And as a result, we broke this symmetric triangle. However, as you can see, my support level played out perfectly with a $25 difference and the price started shooting towards the upside. So what does this mean? During the consolidation market, do not rely too much on this type of patterns. If you're going to calculate the bear scenario, the price is supposed to go all the way from $36,000 all the way up to $8,500, $10,000. Depends how you measure it. So again, this is going to be a quite good educational content. If you're a pattern trader, again, all you need to do in the trading world is solid support resistance and make sure do the multiple time frame analysis, and then you will see the clear directions. Before we move on to multiple time frame analysis, if you want to learn all this technical analysis and if you want to become an independent professional trader or you're interested in the institutional trading system, you can message me via Telegram at Magnate8 and one-on-one intense mentorship is available. It only takes you 5 to 10 hours to master this all. During the course, you will learn day trading, i.e. scalping, swing, and as well as the long-term as an investor trading systems. Moving on, in the last few weeks, as you remember, we had this resistance number 1, resistance number 2, as well as the resistance number 3, which is a major resistance. At the same time, we had down below support number 1. And recently, via Twitter update, I added support number 2. So as you can see, as I said, kept mentioning, support number 2 played out perfectly with a $25 difference. At the same time, on the higher time frame, we had this Fibonacci level, and this Fibonacci level has been played out perfectly in the last few weeks. So as I said, support number 1 matched with our golden zone of the Fibonacci level, and then support number 2, that's a horizontal support level. And at the same time, if we lost support number 2, then the next support will be the mirror image of the golden zone of 618,382, and that's going to be around $27,000 and $28,000. When we look into a daily time frame, in the last few weeks, as you know, that we are under the water. However, breaking and staying above the resistance number 1, which is going to be around 37,500 level, and it will take us all the way up to resistance number 2. At the same time, on the lower time frames and the mid time frame, if we're going to get a bullish signal, that we're going to come to that in a minute, this will take us all the way up to the major resistance, which is going to be around $45,000 plus. Moving on to a 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, as I said, 58,000 and 56,000. Once we lost the 4-hour time frame controlling by the bears. So right at this moment, 4-hour time frame is heavily under the bears control. In order to be bullish on the 4-hour in the coming 3 to 5 days, we have to break this resistance number 1. It used to be, as you remember, resistance number 2. However, right at this moment, the levels are slightly changing. So as I said, in the couple of days, if we're going to manage to break and stay above resistance number 1, then the price action can go all the way up to 42,000 level. And this time, the resistance number 2 shouldn't be a problem. Moving on to a 2-hour time frame. When we analyze the 2-hour time frame, 2-hour time frame started going towards the bearish territory once we broke 60,000 and 58,000 levels. Since then, 2-hour time frame is under the bearish control. In order to be bullish, we can apply the same level. That in the next 24 to 48 hours, under the time factor, we have to break and stay above the upper line of this resistance number 1, which is going to be 37,200 and 37,500 level in order to go to 40,000 and 42,000 levels. Moving on to a 1-hour time frame. The same level applies as a 2-hour time frame. Once we lost $60,000 and $59,000, 1-hour time frame started moving towards the bearish territory. If we're going to manage to stay above the lower line of this resistance number 1, which is acting as a support now, that's going to be around 35,700, and 1-hour time frame will start moving towards the upside. So the levels in the coming 48 hours, 72 hours is going to be upper line of this resistance number 1. It's extremely important in order to break this level and to manage to stay above at least 22 to 48 hours. If we manage to stay above $37,500, $38,000, then the first level I will be watching at around $41,000 and $42,000. And when we approach to resistance number 2, I will be looking at the mid time frame as well as the higher time frame to analyze further. And it will be updated in the next videos or via Twitter account. Moving on to Ethereum, let's recap from the last video. In the last video, on the higher time frame, daily time frame, as I said, we are consolidating. However, right at this moment, daily time frame is controlled by the bears. In order to be bullish, we have to break and stay above 3,100 and 3,200 ideally level in order to go further up. However, I mentioned that first rejection that you saw from the resistance number 1 as well as the 618 important level of the golden zone, and second rejection, the third rejection. In the last video, I mentioned that there is a chance that we're going to go all the way up to a 0.5 golden zone of the Fibonacci, which is going to be 2,235. So as you can see, we came all the way up to $2,304 with a $30 difference. And as you can see, support number 1 held perfectly, and since then we are going towards the upside. Moving on to 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame was in the consolidation in the last video. However, 4-hour time frame started giving a bullish signal. It might be a fake out. It all depends to the BTC. As long as we're going to be remaining below 618 golden zone on the higher time frame and resistance number 1, the Ethereum on the 4-hour time frame won't be in a safe zone. Breaking 2,800, ideally again $3,000, we are good to go towards the upside. However, it is slightly early to talk about the bull scenario for the Ethereum. Again, it all depends to the BTC. In the last video, we had 2 levels, support number 2 on the mid time as well as the lower time frame, the hold level. However, on the higher time frame, we had this 0.5 Fibonacci level as well as the support number 1. At the same time, I updated an educational content for the Ethereum. We had this ascending triangle, and as you can see, if one's supposed to take a short, that you're supposed to take a short at around 2,750, 2,700 level, as soon as we broke the lower line of this resistance number 1. So as you can see, your target level was at around support number 2 all the way up to support number 1. So this wasn't around like when you broke ascending triangle, because as you can see, again, this is a quite good educational content for those who are pattern traders. If you're going to take the target that the Ethereum is supposed to come at around 2,500 and 600 levels. So as you can see, now Ethereum again trying to go back to the level where it literally broke it from. So you've been stopped out, or you've been minus if you took it this trade once it broke, if you're trading based on this ascending triangle. So again, I'm keep mentioning that again and again. All you need to do a solid horizontal support and resistance lines, and you need to do your multiple time frame analysis. In order to be bullish on the 4-hour time frame, we have to break 2,800 and 3,000 level, which is going to be the resistance number 1, and that confluence with our Fibonacci golden zone. And as I said, if you took it this trade, as soon as we broke the resistance number 1, the lower line, that was the safest zone, and all the way, if you kept changing your stop losses, you've been up by 9% up to 14% spot profit. If you're a leverage trader, you do the maths for yourself. Moving on to a 2-hour time frame. Once we look into a 2-hour time frame, in the last video, 2-hour time frame under the bull's control, we had a decent dump from the BTC. As a result, Ethereum followed the BTC. So as you can see, under lower time frame, first rejection, second rejection, third rejection, right from the upper line of this, so resistance number 1, and as a result, we saw a 15% plus dump in the market. So at this moment, 2-hour time frame started giving a bearish signal. In order to be bullish on the 2-hour time frame, we have to stay above 2,500 and 2,700 levels in the next 48 hours. Moving on to 1-hour time frame. For 1-hour time frame, as soon as we lost the lower line of this resistance, for those who trades based on a low time frame, as soon as we broke 2,700 level, 1-hour time frame started giving a bearish signal. So as a result, as I said, market tanked nearly 15%. So 1-hour time frame is under the bear's control. In order to be bullish on the 1-hour as well as the 2-hour time frame, we have to break and reclaim 2,600 and 2,700 level. So again, that won't be a safe for me because we have at around 2,700 and 2,800 level, we've got high time frame resistance, as well as at the same time, as you can see, the Fibonacci golden zone is in here. So the safest level is going to be breaking 2,800 level and 3,000 level for Ethereum. We came to an end of this episode, and if you guys enjoyed it, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.